What's up guys, Mark here, and welcome to the first video of a new series I thought I'd do on the Windows Server line of operating systems. Now in this video I'm going to be using Windows Server 2012, but in later videos I will also be using Windows Server 2008 R2, as I know quite a lot of people are still on that version of the Server OS. Now in this first video I thought I'd go through Active Directory, installation and then configuration, just in case people are wondering how it's done. So I'm going to slide over to my Windows Server installation and bring up the new Server Manager. Now personally I think Server 2012 is quite good. I don't really like Windows 8 to be perfectly honest, but I think Server 2012 is well worth the upgrade. So as I say, this is the new Server Manager, and what we're going to do is go to Manage, add roles and features, and administrator account is a strong password. You also need to make sure that if you run command prompt and do net user add administrator, you need to make sure that not only that it's got a password set, but also that the password is required. You need to make sure. And if it's not required, just do let user administrator again, and then do space / password rook colon yes, and hit enter. Anyway, network settings such as static IP addresses are configured, and Windows Update. I'm not sure if the Windows Update is configured, but we will see. So I'm going to hit next. Role based or feature based? Yep, next. You can do remote servers now, which is quite cool. So I'm just going to select the server I'm on, and then Active Directory Domain Services, and it's listing the other things that need to be installed. So I'll click Add Features, click Next, 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 and Install. Now I may be remembering it wrong, but I do think that this part of the setup does take a bit longer than Server 2008 R2 did, but maybe that's me just remembering it wrong. So we'll let this work away. And what's different with Server 2012 also is you can close the wizard while this is happening and it will carry on in the background, which you couldn't do with Server 2008 R2. You had to keep the wizard open. Let's let that work away. There we go, configuration required. So click close. As you can see there, Active Directory Domain Services. Now we're going to click this little notification button, and we're going to click promote this server to a domain controller. Now I'm going to add a new forest. I'm going to call it flynn.co.uk. Hit next. Now this part, sometimes it takes ages and you just sit with this bar going across and it looks like it's not doing anything, or sometimes it comes up straight away, and I don't know, I have no idea why. Oh, excuse me, nobody seems to have an answer. So if you get to this stage and it looks like this, don't panic, just let it work away for a couple of minutes and it will eventually allow you to select your options. Now this is different to Server 2008 R2. If you've used Server 2008 R2 Active Directory, you'll know that all this could be done through DC promo from the run prompt, whereas now it's all been integrated into Server Manager. And if you run DC promo on Server 2012, you'll get a message telling you that it's been relocated to Server Manager, which is how I found out that they decided to move it. But I think it's good. This does take its time. Now while this is working away, I might as well go through what I'm going to do. Now forest functional level, you see these are both forest and domain are both on Server 2012, and because I'm going to be adding some Server 2008 R2 machines, I'm going to have to drop this down to Server 2008 R2, DNS server and catalog, global catalog are non-changeable, as this is the first server in the domain, and then you have to set a directory services restore mode password, which I will do once this catches up. If you're watching this and you've used Windows Server 2012 as well as 2008 R2, let me know in the comments what you think of the new OS. So as I said, I'm going to drop these both down to 2008 R2, leave domain server checked, pop in a password, hit next, and next again on the DNS error. This should come up as just the word Flynn. Yep, and next. Next. Now this also, if the domain controller options page takes ages, then this page will also take ages. If the domain controller options page loads instantly, this will also load instantly. Again, I have no idea why. Basically all this is doing is making sure everything is in order and that the machine is in a state where it can be promoted. I'm not sure if Server 2008 R2 did this. I think it may have done in the background, but it didn't make the user aware of what it was doing. There we go, all prerequisite checks passed successfully, and we can hit install. And this will, the time this takes will depend on the hardware that you're running the server on. So if you've got a fast computer, it will be really quick, and if you've got a not so fast computer, then obviously it will be slower. Now this does tend to look as if it's not doing anything to begin with. It just says progress starting, but then after a while it all seems to catch up and goes along quite nicely. There you go, waiting for DNS installation to finish. It's going to install the group policy, management console, configure DNS, and there we go. And as you see, it automatically will restart the server. Just wait for this to boot back up and I can log in. Now this please wait is the equivalent of applying computer settings. If you've ever used Server 2008 R2, you'll know that it takes a while the first time it reboots after being promoted to a domain controller, and this is the same with Server 2012. As you can see there, the logon prompt has come up, so I'm going to log in. And there we go, that's the installation done. The server manager will pop up, and if we go to the start screen, you can see there you've got Active Directory, users to computers, domains and trusts, group policy management, all the stuff that you are familiar with. So desktop. So that's it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you found it helpful. If you've liked what you've seen, please subscribe to the channel. It really does make my day. And also, if you could give the video a thumbs up, that would really help me out as well. So thanks again for watching, guys, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye bye.